Hello everyone and welcome to Central Philippine Adventist College Master Guide Club. Today we will learn about the basic staff training and my lecture will focus about understanding Pathfinders. So let me share my presentation. Okay, understanding Pathfinders. Now let me ask you, why is it that we need to understand Pathfinders? Well, it is because if we cannot understand them, we cannot be effective in our leadership. I tell you this, yes, that's really true. Okay, so what is the goal of our lecture? Our objective for today is to develop an understanding of the developmental needs of Pathfinder age young people and how to relate to them effectively. We will talk about the developmental characteristics and the basic principles of effective club discipline. First here we need to tackle, we will talk about the developmental characteristics of Pathfinders. In different stages, we have the pre-adolescence stage or the late childhood stage, early adolescence, and the middle adolescence. So let's start with the pre-adolescence. The pre-adolescents, they are the Pathfinders in the elementary grade, or they are the grades 4, 5, and 6. Or they are the Pathfinders ages 9 to 12 years old. Now, as what you have observed in the elementary, in these children or in this stage, the Pathfinders here are very active. They love activities. Now, this stage, consider as the age of noise and ceaseless activity. Growing tendency for independence, quick to learn and amazing power to recall, and lively interests on religion. Now I tell you, this is the best stage where we can share the word of the Lord. We can teach them about the Bible, about the word more, about the word of the Lord more, for they have this lively interest in religion and in reading the Bible. Now, let me share you the mental characteristics of this pre-adolescent stage. Number 1, they have this is considered as the golden age of memory. Okay, so that's why we should be eager. We should be eager to teach them about Jesus, for they will remember it until they will old. Okay. Next, they are alert and eager to investigate. They love stories and good books. These Pathfinders really love this, and they have this real interest in collecting and open up many avenues of interest. They love camping. They love activities. They want to move. They're very active. So they really have this. They have many avenues of interest in this pre-adolescent stage. Now let's talk about their physical characteristics. In this stage is the healthiest period of life and well balanced for coordination. So that's why they want to move, because they have their well balanced for coordination and they can take more activities. And they will really love it. Then the social characteristics of this pre-adolescents are, number 1, they like secret codes and adventure. Then they can learn with the team, or learning teamwork or retain independency. They love that. And this is the age of exploration and imagination. Most likely they wanted to explore and they wanted to imagine. Then this is considered as the age of hero worship and credulity. When you say credulity, there is the tendency or their mind is ready to believe that something is real or true. So if we teach them about the Bible, if we teach them about Jesus, they will really believe it. Yeah, I'm telling you that because that is really true. Then their interest in opposite sex is minimal. About their spiritual characteristics, this page, the Pathfinder here have the keen interest in spiritual things. So what are we waiting for? Let us teach them about the word of the Lord. Then, this is peak age of baptism, and they like witnessing awards, badges, ribbons, reward, etc., and incentive that it will make them happy. And this is the age group to instruct in religion. So don't hesitate, Master Guide, to share to them to share to them about the truth in the Bible. So let us now understand the difference between pre-adolescence or childhood. I mean, let us understand now the difference between the characteristics of the girls and boys in pre-adolescence and late childhood. Let me read from the girls. Girls here feeling accepted and happy as a member of her own age and gender contemporaries or with friends. Then boys feeling accepted and wanted by his own age and gender or sex. The girls finding joy in making others happy, becoming an effective family member and developing a growing security outside the family, winning her way with the group, while the boys beginning to find joy in making others happy, responding to the group, yet feeling he can rely on his parents, and winning his way with the group. The girls accepting her feminine role, developing a growing understanding and appreciation of her body, feeling useful to someone or something. And the boy here accepting a masculine role, being confident of his ability to grow up and feeling useful to someone or for something. Okay, so one characteristics of the girls in this stage is that increasing her competence in some skills. So she loves learning more skills, becoming more adventurous, more creative, and more skillful in her play, and increasing her interest in fair play and justice. While the boy is increasing his acquaintance with the adult world, daring to express his spirit of adventure, and increasing his interest in rules of fair play and justice. Take note, increasing his interest in rules. So master guides and leaders, when we give activities, we should explain further the rules of that activity. For the boys has this increased interest in rules in doing such activity. Outlook. Okay, let me show you this, that the development in late childhood is setting the stage for the upcoming teen years, during which time boys and girls will complete puberty and experience significant mental and cognitive development as they mature into full adulthood. So in pre-adolescent stage, you as a leader, you should understand their needs and prepare them for the upcoming teen years. So I hope you understand the characteristics of this stage. Next, let's proceed to adolescence. Adolescent stage. When we say adolescence, it is the period of transition between childhood and adulthood. It includes some big changes to the body and to the way a young person relates to the world. Understanding what to expect at different stages can promote a healthy development throughout adolescence and into early adulthood. Let's talk about early adolescence. When you say early adolescence, they are the Pathfinders that aged 13 to 15 years old, or shall we say grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, or grade 10, towards grade 10. In this stage, certain organs grow more rapidly than the rest of the body. The importance to belong to a peer group reaches its heights. Much time is given to daydreaming. So master guide and leaders, you should be aware that sometimes in this stage, the pathfinders are present but mentally absent. So you should wake them up, bring them into reality. Okay? Next, how about their mental characteristics? This stage, the early adolescence stage, remember that they are alert, but subject to daydreaming. So what will you do then? If that's the case, so make it sure that your activity is not boring. Okay? Then, they learn quickly. The boys specifically, they learn quickly more if, or they will learn more, or they will learn quickly in terms of scientific data, experiment, uh, bodily kinesthetic activity. While the girls, they can learn quickly through homemaking. Then, talking about their physical characteristics, in this stage, health is excellent. Very rapid physical growth, awkwardness or clumsiness, especially with the ladies, especially with the girls, because the girls are turning into a lady. So you should be considerate of them. Okay? Next, sex organs develop or rapid biological changes. Girls average taller at 12 and 13. In this stage, as what you can see, as what you have observed, most girls are taller than the boys, isn't it? Try to observe that. Then, social characteristics. They are loyal to their friends, or they have loyalty to peers. Seek more individual freedom. Frequent change of mood. They have these eccentricities. When you say eccentricities, they are their habits. They have habits. The boys and girls have different habits. Okay? They have their likes and dislikes. Others love for athletics. Others have this crude sense of humor, and many more. So master guides and leaders, you should know their eccentricities as well. Then, this stage has the great attraction to opposite sex. Okay, so this is now the stage of the boyfriend and the girlfriend stage. Okay. Next, we have the spiritual characteristics. Now, in this area or in this stage, the spiritual interest wanes. When we say wanes, their interest in spiritual matter decreases. So, it means that when they're young, the leaders in the master guide, we need to tell them about more Jesus during the pre-adolescent stage, because when they reach adolescence, their spiritual interest decreases. Okay. Next, less tendency to demonstrate their feelings on spiritual matters. That's it. So what will you do as a master guide or as a leaders? You should make an activity that will uplift them and bring them to increase their spirituality. Yes, to increase their spirituality. Then, experience conflicts with conscience. Middle adolescence. Then let's proceed to the next stage, which is the middle adolescence. In this stage, they are the pathfinders ages 16 to 17 years, probably the grade 10, 11 to 12. Okay? So, this stage, young person reaches his full heights. Youth now begin to develop individuality, become persons in their own rights, and talking about their mental characteristics, they will likely question everything. What else? Ideas begin to be shaped. Youth makes definite plans. So now, in this stage, as a master guide and as a leader, this is now your time to train a leader because they can make definite plans and they have these shaped ideas. So it is now your chance, master guide, to train somebody to become a leader, to train them to be a leaders. How about the physical characteristics? Let's tackle about this. Sexual development. Height and weight is 85% and muscle develops. Then their social characteristics are, first, they like clicks. When you say click, it is wherein they wanted to be in a group or they want to belong in a group. And they are critical. They're critical thinkers. You should be aware of that. And they're very sensitive. So you should take good care of the pathfinders in this stage, master guides and leaders. So talking about their spiritual characteristics, he or she goes forward or by reason of wrong associates. So if the pathfinder will be will be with the wrong friends, the wrong associates, of course, their spiritual character, their spirituality will not improve. But if the pathfinder will be with the good friends, probably he or she will increase his spirituality. Okay, so he or she goes forward or by reason of wrong associates, loses interests. Next, difficult to lay foundation to base his or her thinking. Now, leaders and master guides, let us guide our pathfinders in this stage because they thought that what they believe is correct, but which is not. So let us guide them accordingly for what is right. Okay? Now, let us now understand the characteristics between the girls and the boys in the early adolescence. In the early adolescent stage, let me read first with the girls. The girls, feeling wanted by her contemporaries and feeling able to contribute to her relationship with them. While the boy in adolescence discovered that security based upon his family is no longer adequate. They thought that they can stand alone, but that's not true because they need their parents. Okay? Now, girls, developing an acquaintance and an ability to relate comfortably with the opposite sex and develop a growing ability to direct her own life. While the boys, developing an acquaintance and an ability to be comfortable with the opposite sex, the same as the girls, and becoming increasingly eager and able to direct his own life without reasonable family tension. And here, girls feeling confident that she is normal, just like with the boys. Here, girls developing a clear picture of adult living and increasing her experience with the world of work, while the boys feeling value to some group or cause. Another characteristics between the girls and the boys in this stage are the girls finding joy in the active use of her mind and body and establish satisfying personal relationship and growing understanding of the values by which mankind can enjoy fellowship. While the boys increase his experience with the world in which he lives and finding joy in the active use of his body and mind. Now, master guides and leaders. For us to train properly, for us to train well the pathfinders, we should have this. We need to motivate pathfinders, motivate them to do good for others, and to do good for the Lord. Then build relationships with our pathfinders. Master guide, leaders, you should be a model. You should be aware of biases. No favoritism. That's not good. Then provide opportunities for youth to take initiative. Involve youth in decision making. Make peer influence positive, not negative. Okay? So, we will proceed now to basic principles of effective club discipline. The tangible element that determines the success of any Pathfinder club is the moral or club spirit. In having this Pathfinder club or in your leadership, you should have the spiritual objectives. When you say objectives, you should have the targets or the goals in your club or in your leadership. Then don't forget to get the attendance, the home contact, of course, with the parents' consent. Then conduct your roundtable discussion so that everybody can share. Unit Captain's Council, making members welcome. That is very important because when you welcome the members, the new members or the old members, all of the members in the Pathfinders, then they will feel loved by the leaders. So don't forget to welcome them. Then putting friends together. Next is reviewing the counselor's work, planning a balanced program, developing unit cohesiveness, and make it sure to have the Pathfinder meeting place. Then equipment, camping equipment, teaching materials. Now, what is really the goal of disciplining the Pathfinders? The goal here is to guide them as sons and daughters of God. Here are the guidelines for balanced discipline. Number 1, establish rules and regulations and points. Inform the Pathfinders. Rules should be few and well considered. Number 4 is present devotional admonition. Apply training discipline. Counsel before action. You need to talk to the Pathfinders before do something for him or for her. Okay, in punishing them, you should counsel them before doing the action, before doing any action. 7 is involve parents. Make it sure that you ask permission to the parents. They have the parents' consent. Next, there are proper and improper administration of discipline. What are they? Here, to crush or break the spirit by using strict force is a wrong discipline. Okay, strict force. Now, what is the correct discipline, or what is the proper? The proper discipline is to inspire Pathfinders, or inspire that which is right and orderly. I have here some suggestions for prevention of discipline problems. Number 1, plan an extensive program of activities. Never go to meetings unprepared. Just like going to the war, you don't have any armor. What do you think will happen to you? So leaders and master guides, never go to meetings unprepared. You should prepare, okay? Be friendly, caring, and approachable. Cultivate a sense of humor. Don't be sarcastic. Use sarcasm or ridicule, as I have said a while ago. Don't be a fault finder. If you can understand them, you should understand them. Be fair and impartial. Show self-control and be patient. Watch the use of your voice and words. Don't insult the Pathfinders. Maintain eye contact. Give clear, precise instructions and commands. Eliminate mannerisms that lead to ridicule. Now, let me show you the methods of discipline. There are do's and don'ts. What are the do's? Number 1, let me give you this. Give personal counsel. Use group judgment. Take care of individual differences. And if they will not listen to you, expel them if necessary. Yes, that's the right thing to do. Expel them if they don't follow the rules. If they don't want to be in the club, it is better to expel if necessary. Okay? Next, the don'ts. Let me share the don'ts. Do not punish in anger. Okay? Do not use threats and warnings. No, that's bawal. Then, do not force apologies in public. Do not force them to ask forgiveness to you in public. That's annoying. Then, do not detain after club meetings. 4, it causes club dislike, unnecessary demand, and it may upset the parents. Okay? And here, another don'ts. Do not assign extra tasks. Do not apply dance cap. Dance cap discipline. When you say dance cap, it means do not put the Pathfinder into shame. Okay? Do not do that. And do not use corporal punishment. When you say corporal, that is the punishment where you hit the Pathfinder or you spank them. Don't do that. That's against the law. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the punishable offenses. Here is the punishable offenses. Number 1, insubordination. What do you mean by insubordination? When you say insubordination, the Pathfinders are disobeying the rule. They are not following what is the rule of the club, or they're not obeying the rules. Okay? Serious offenses or behavior problems, just like impudence to counselor. When you say impudence to counselor, fighting with the counselor, fighting to the counselor, fighting against the counselor, indecency, sarcastic, then offensive language or bad words or insulting words, don't let them do that. Okay, you know the goal. The goal is to bring the Pathfinders to the feet of Jesus, for them to be trained to do the ministry. So if they will do this, they should have this offense. Next, injuring others. If they will hurt others, that is punishable offense. Damaging property and cheating or stealing. Okay, here's the discipline procedures. Number 1, the counselor should speak tactfully to the Pathfinder. Speak slowly. Speak a nice word, okay, to the Pathfinders. Don't speak insulting words to them. Next, explain what is expected and have a private visit. Number 2, solicit the help of deputy director. If you cannot discipline the Pathfinder, if you have a hard time disciplining him or her, then go to your deputy director and to the director. Okay? You need some help to them. Privately counsel, solicit his or her cooperation, and don't forget to pray with the Pathfinders. That's very significant, to pray for them. Counselor, deputy director, and director should counsel with the Pathfinder, pray together, make appointment to visit the home. If misbehavior continues, the Pathfinder may be suspended for a period of time or permanently. Now, let me share this leaders and master guides. We have various duties, but the main goal is to mentor and nurture club members in the relationship with Jesus. A critical secondary emphasis is to begin training Pathfinders now to lead out in their own ministry one day. Risk management and club safety are areas of ministry management you can teach them today to help prepare Pathfinders to carry the gospel message to all the world in their generations. So, Master Guides, I hope you learned something in this lecture and put in your mind the goal, why we need to train these Pathfinders. Thank you so much. God bless to all of you.